delays and everything is that it's been a little bit longer than usual for us to touch base with y'all and make another Esoterror Podcast episode. I hope that everybody else had a good Christmas as we're going into what people call the holidays. I always thought that was kind of weird because nobody's really talking about New Year's Eve. They're certainly not talking about Valentine's Day. So the idea of the holidays is just a way for us to say, like, hey, it's winter. In a lot of regards, that sucks. Winter is like not an easy time of year, and we're going to make it more difficult, like right at the precipice and the entry of winter, by making you have to try to take care of your friends, family, and loved ones by buying them a bunch of useless shit.
Yep. So how you doing, Adam? You're not on the screen though. It's not screen sharing for you.
Is it not?
No. It's like your camera's off.
It's showing me it's on. Weird. The hell would cause that? Can you see that?
Yep.
Hey, you see that?
Yep.
But you don't see me.
Just your picture.
My picture, but not my video.
Yeah, exactly.
Now
I see you.
Yeah, you see me?
I see you now.
Okay, good. Yeah, anyhow,
Merry Christmas.
Presents, like one of the mainstays that my mom's always gets us are the balsa wood airplanes, and so these things are very fun. Just simple joys like that.
Yeah, but Merry belated Christmas to everybody, including you, Adam. How was it?
It was good, man. I actually was jealous when you were talking about being up in Idaho Springs and all that, because I think going to the mountains is always like a good thing to do. I brought extra cheer this year. Like I was telling you, is that I just made my entire family a bunch of sculptures, and then I brought the craft paints for them to paint their own sculptures, which is kind of a dick move. It's like, well, I didn't have the money to spend on the things that you actually would like. So what I did instead is I made something you never, ever would have wanted, and then I made you responsible for painting it yourself. But it actually was a big hit. Everybody had a really good time painting their own shit.
I mean, I think it's a great idea. We just did Christmas with the kids, went to a party the night before at Lisa's cousins, just hung out. It's a good Christmas, good for the kids, just good atmosphere.
Yeah. You feel like it made a good contrast against like where we are in society, is that everything is just so, skullduggery, beating your head against the wall, screaming at God or whoever else would listen. And yet somehow this Christmas was completely the opposite of that, to where it was just simple, wholesome, easygoing, lazy kind of wholesomeness, like togetherness, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way you got to look at it. I mean, in an instance, you have to pick your battles. So I'm not always for celebrating the holidays, just because the way I believe, or I had believed at one point, that they're just the holidays. I mean, my belief system is definitely evolving, I'd like to say. But so with that being said, picking your battles is that even if I don't agree with something and the nature of it, like what we discussed on one of our previous podcasts about Christmas and just how they market it, but I don't agree with the whole, oh, this is the holidays, a 3-month binge on buying things and capitalism. It was, like I said before, what I like about it is the spirit people have at that time. And then, like you said, Adam, man, sometimes you have togetherness with family and the kids enjoy it. So sometimes you do have to just pick your battles and say, like, is this worth fighting over, making everyone else suffer experiences because of a way I might feel about situations.
Yeah. And it is about picking your own battles, is what I felt this Christmas, is that it was just a day-long break from the battles. You didn't have to pick them. You didn't have to fight them. It was just super, super simple. Like good food, good company, good presents. Everybody got, you and I got the same Star Wars fucking Luke Skywalker helmet. Bro, I'm only halfway along with this thing. You could see. You can see it. I hate it, dude.
I hate it too, man. I told you, I freaking gave up for a minute before I finished it, and
Yeah.
I don't even want to
I
touch
am
it
right
anymore
at the
after.
steps where it just got so confusing that it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I've got another Lego lying around somewhere, but it's like a more of a kidsy kind of a Lego that my little brother got me. It was my older brother that got me this one, and then my little brother got me it's like a Mace Windu set, and it has like a little, I don't know, some kind of vehicle with a bunch of stormtroopers and battle droids and stuff. So I think I'm just about to give up on this thing, despite the fact that my oven just blew up, and it's like I'm kind of checked out. Christmas was good, and at this point, it's like back to work tomorrow, and I'm just taking it easy, man.
Yeah, I was back to work today, so I mean, I know you got your 2 days off, so I had a long holiday. That was hard going back to work today and getting back on the grind. You know what I mean? I
Oh yeah.
wanted to wake up and just get back into the routine, especially after almost 5 days off. It's like, you know what I mean? You're like in a twilight zone. You're like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah. Why is everybody so mean? Why are they not paying me what I'm worth? What is going on? Yeah. You said you had how many days off?
5.
Nice, dude. That's a good weekend. So I've had 3. So I had Christmas being Sunday. Usually that'd be like my Friday, a Sunday. But I had Sunday, Monday, and today off. And then tomorrow I'm back at it. So it was pretty nice.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess with that, you brought up I went to Idaho Springs. Kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit, I guess, because in the podcast I've been talking about things changing, and I really only personally discussed this with you, Adam, and people that I'm close to. But you know, I've been going through changes for a while now, and through meditation, I feel like things are changing. The way I feel things I'm feeling, it's changing, and it's a noticeable difference. And I started getting into the meditating real hard prior to us starting the podcast, maybe a couple weeks, you know. And I wanted to really explore a lot of these things before we started talking about it. And so, mind you, this is our 13th episode, and I've been meditating quite often, daily, uh, weekends. Sometimes I could do 2, 3, or 4 hour meditations. Just depends on if the kids sleep in and stuff like that. But I went and got me some crystals, and it's kind of a funny story. And I don't know if we're able to bring them up, each one, as I show them, or I don't know if we were able to do that, Adam.
Yeah, if you want to bring them up on your screen, or otherwise I'll just pull them up online. You send me the links and everything, but yeah, it looks like I got the rest of the messages about them. So you got pink fluorite, pink opal, aragonite, and dendritic opal.
Yeah, Argonite. I like how it looks, honestly. So I don't know which one you want to bring up first, or
Oh damn. Yeah, one sec.
so. I mean, the story behind these is that we had to wait for our reservations at Bojo's in Idaho Springs. You know, there's only a few locations of them in Colorado, and I think that's the first location, isn't it, of Bojo's ever? Mountain Pies Pizza, for those of you who don't know.
That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, is that it either started in Boulder or it started in Idaho Springs.
No, it was Idaho Springs, because they have a map
So,
and they
yeah.
have all these pins where people from all over the world came. So,
Yeah.
which one did you bring up first?
So this is the dendritic opal. And so I am
Okay.
very much associated with opal. I've always had like a strong resonance with opal.
Yeah, so
This is
opal's my
vastly
birthstone.
different. Yeah.
And I've been trying to track down a normal piece of it. It's really rare, and they're expensive if you can find them. And most of the stores I've been going into, they don't have them. And what kind of opals they have, I try to get. So
Beautiful stuff, though.
I
Like,
got this dendritic opal. It's in
yeah.
egg shape. I don't know if you can see that good in the. So it has purple to it.
Mm-hmm.
All the other ones there, they were just they were like this color of white with a pink tint to it, almost like the pink opal that I have here. So with that, I don't know, just this one, it kind of reminded me of amethyst inside of it. So, and I like the purple, and it almost reminded me of an indigo. So I grabbed it. And then the next one that had caught my eye was argonite. I loved the way that the quartz they had formed, and they're almost like broken off looking. I don't know if you can see that, Adam. Man, it's so freaking sick.
Yeah, it's am I screen sharing right now? Because it looks a lot like the stuff that I'm looking at, where it yeah,
Yeah, it's got
it's
little pieces of quartz. Yeah, you are screen sharing. But how it
mm,
has the quartz in it that come out of it, it's so freaking amazing. I like how it looked. And I thought
yeah.
that there was some kind of properties to it that I had heard about before, so I grabbed it. And then the next one I had actually grabbed was the pink opal, because
Mm,
again, like I said, this is my birthstone is opal, so I've been trying to track down a normal opal, you know, stone for my collection, and I grabbed this one. I like the lighter pink hue. It's almost like a pearl white color to
yeah.
it. The next one I grabbed because they didn't have cinnabar on hand, and I actually ordered me some, and some indigo gabbro, also
Okay.
known as magic merlinite. Um, yeah, that's the pink opal on the screen.
Yeah.
And then I got this pink fluorite right here, which looks like
Mhm.
cinnabar.
Yeah, we have to look up Cinnabar. I didn't get a link there, but Cinnabar is one of the more interesting sorts of elements that you have out there.